Before I begin, I wanted to actually ask you one thing. You've been one of the biggest stars we have in the Indian film industry. Now, my question to you, I mean, if you're okay, we can begin right in, right? So my question to you is, you know, the conversation of gender equality, the conversation of equal opportunity for women at workplaces. That's a conversation we've all been having. But there is still this patriarchal system in our society where women are required to work and be working mothers. If you're a working mother, I'm sure we have a lot in the audience today. We have an MP raising her hand that she's a working mother.
But how come we don't ask men this question, that they also go to work and they also are very equally important in having these children with us?
Exactly.
It's not just like, their job is not just to have these babies and palm it on to us also,
so that's
you know.
the question. That's the question, that women are required to work and then take care of families, and then they have to go through this patriarchal system. So, you know, you're a superstar and you've had, I'm so sorry. You're a superstar and you've reached where you have today, and you have 2 babies. So what is the advice you would give to women and to families, asking them to help enable working women?
So basically, जब हम flight पे बैठते हैं and when the oxygen mask drops, they always say that first you wear your oxygen mask and then put it on your child. So I believe in bringing up my children in that approach, which is I want to wear my oxygen mask, and my oxygen is when I go to work. I feel alive. I feel like, you know, I'm doing something that I want to do. And when I come home, I feel happy. And then they wear their oxygen mask and they're happy because they breathe through me. That's what I believe. Another very taboo thing, which is not openly spoken about in Indian families, of course, many people, like you said, economically it's difficult. But we shouldn't shy away from asking for help. Most mothers, we try to show that we're superior powers, or I don't know what it is, because there's this society pressure that every woman is a superpower. Or, oh, wow, that's it. Or men can do this, or women can do this. I don't know why we're even known as that. We are human beings, we are people, and we can do what we like. So we shouldn't shy away from asking for help, whether it's keeping help, whether it's help from your mother, whether it's help from your sister, whether it's help from a friend if you can't afford it, anything. Asking for help is not wrong for a working person, for a working mother. It's not wrong because we want somebody to care for our child while we're away, whether even if it's, you know, a friend who can sit for a couple of hours, or if it's my sister or mother, or we ask or hire for help, or, you know, a caregiver, somebody who can just be there. It's just considered taboo to talk about. And I would like to say that there's absolutely nothing wrong in being a person who says that, okay, I need a little bit of help. There's absolutely nothing wrong in that.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Women are now being told that, you know, you have to fight for your right. You need to be more alpha in your approach. Do you think that is the approach women should adopt, or do you think women should actually focus on their innate qualities, their strengths, and work around that to fight and to succeed in life and to do what they like and not emulate another gender?
Yeah. Like I said earlier, but why does it have to be like an alpha male or an alpha female? I don't know why we give these names that, you know, if, oh, she's an, you know, alpha female, so that's why, you know, she's so strong and she's doing this and she's doing that. I think every man or woman has their own kind of strengths and weaknesses, which we must address. I mean, it's not that women are also, you know, we don't have our weaknesses, we also do. But probably maybe we know how to deal with our weaknesses and make them our strengths. I think so. I think maybe that's what I do at least. I fight my weakness and I make it my strength. So I think we shouldn't use these terms, societal terms that we're giving everybody, like alpha male, alpha female. This is what you can do. Or even feminism. I think everything. I think a man or woman should just have their choice to do exactly as they please, you know, and allow themselves a weak moment or two, because there's nothing wrong even if a strong woman has a weak moment also. Like I said, we just have to learn to kind of convert that into our strength.
Agreed. Women, I believe, are superior to men. Navya.
But no, on that point, you know, and my final question to you is that, you know, mainstream media, as we've seen for, you know, many years, has often tended to, you know, reinforce patriarchy in many ways. And, you know, obviously creativity is very important, but I think, you know, creative responsibility is equally important because, you know, mainstream media is used as a tool to influence people's minds, influence behavior. So I want to ask you how important that creative responsibility is, especially when it comes to mainstream media and depicting, patriarchy or, having women be the forefront of a lot of the media that we see today, and whether you feel that that creative responsibility is sometimes ignored, in the industry today or in a lot of the mainstream media that we've seen.
It's actually a tricky question because I feel post-pandemic, a lot has changed in the movies. In even, the choice of films that people are watching, the kind of content that people are watching, because also for 2 years or 3 years, people have sat at home and watched things from a click away. So what they're watching and the exposure, thanks to Netflix and Amazon and, every possible show being a click away is very, very different now to when it was in the cinemas and when we had, our Indian audiences flocking to cinemas and Gaiety Galaxy to watch all the CT Mar item songs and CT Mar kind. All that stopped for 3 years. So I feel people's mindsets also have changed, and with that creative responsibility has set in. Because now people are watching content and films like whether, it's Badai Do, which was absolutely amazing, where you're talking about choices again of, we're openly talking about marriage and a man kind of wanting to get married to another man. It's and people have loved that film, but we don't know. Pre-pandemic, a lot of things were different, and a lot of films were successful, so that were patriarchal. So it's tricky right now, but I think each actor should have a sense of creative responsibility now going forward post-pandemic.